Hi everyone, welcome back to Weather for Weather Geeks. This is the edition for the 13th day of December 2018. It's a Thursday evening. It was a beautiful afternoon across the valley today. We made it into the mid-40s this afternoon, and when the sun was out, it felt really, really nice outside. A rare treat for this time of the year, and a rare treat this season. I looked back at the record book since the beginning of November. Almost 8 out of every 10 days has either been cloudy or mostly cloudy since November 1st. Only 21% of our days either clear or partly cloudy. Today was one of those days. We've had a real cloudy late fall, early meteorological winter season, but we have had actually a higher percentage of sunnier days in December than we had in November. November was remarkably cloudy. I don't remember the exact number now, but it was something like 23 out of 30 days were cloudy or mostly cloudy in November, something like that. It was a very, very large percentage. All right, here's what the visible satellite loop looked like today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Just some fair weather high clouds mixed in with the sun from time to time. All right, two areas of moisture. This one is going to bypass us to the north. This is heading towards the Michigan area, northern Indiana. Maybe northwest Ohio gets clipped by a little rain, but I think we stay dry. This is what our next weather maker is. As this comes east, it'll start to spread some precipitation our way, although the forecast remains a little bit on the tricky side as far as the placement and amounts of rain. I'll show you why in just a second. So Friday's going to be another pretty decent day until after sunset. I don't think it's going to be much, and this is mostly south of I-80, but we can get clipped by a few showers starting a little after sunset and taking us into the evening. I think we get a break from the moisture Saturday morning. Most of us are probably dry Saturday morning. As we get into the afternoon, this is where the forecast gets a little bit tricky again. Our in-house model continues on pushing the rain fairly far to the north on Saturday. The European model has been consistent all week with keeping most of this to the south during the daylight hours on Saturday. When the European is really consistent, it's usually pretty deadly accurate. Not always, but it usually is. So that's why my rain chances aren't higher in the forecast just yet on Saturday. Although a lot of our modeling does, kind of paint a fairly wet picture for the afternoon on Saturday. I'm not 100% convinced that that's the right idea just yet. I'm a little bit nervous about how far south the European continues to keep most of the moisture Saturday afternoon. But even the European does try to bring in some moisture finally by Saturday night into Sunday morning. I have upped our rain chances in the forecast for Sunday morning, but then I do think the rain gets out of here by the afternoon on Sunday. So rainfall amounts advertised by the models here. No surprise the European continues to be lowest because it has almost no rain until after sunset Saturday evening, and so its total for the weekend is only about a half an inch. The GFS, the RPM, the NAM, the GFS ensemble, all closer to 1 inch. I'm hedging in this direction towards the lower end of this at this point. I think the most anyone's going to see this weekend is an inch, but I favor amounts closer to a half an inch. We'll see if the European has been consistently wrong or just consistently right with its ideas over the last few days. So we'll see how the weekend shapes up. All right, so temperatures this weekend, mild, 48 Saturday, 46 on Sunday. Again, our rain chances could be higher if those wetter model ideas end up being right on Saturday, especially afternoon and evening. I have a higher confidence in Sunday morning's forecast. Sunday afternoon should be pretty nice across the valley. All right, with a pretty benign weather pattern taking us through the next several days and no snowstorms coming our way anytime soon, I thought it'd be interesting, a little interesting exercise this evening to take a look at Christmas. And we're going to look at the European ensemble modeling here, which is made up of 50 different runs of the European. It's called an ensemble model because it has a lot of members in that model, and we sometimes show you the average of all that members. I just wanted to blitz through real quickly all the individual ideas the model has for Christmas Day. And we're not going to spend time looking at all 50, but as I kind of pan through this, one thing you'll notice, let me go back to, there's Christmas morning. One thing you'll notice as I pan through this, almost none of the members, although there's some pretty different ideas when you look across here, almost none of them have a snowstorm signature anywhere in the eastern U.S. for Christmas morning. Some have high pressure right overhead, some have some precipitation nearby, and some of this could even be snow. But I don't see a lot of favorable tracks for a snowstorm advertised on much of the modeling here. That's one interesting one right there. If there were ever to be a low pressure system just to our east, if the air's cold enough, that could be a little bit interesting, but that's only 1 out of 50. Most of it is pretty benign looking, so I continue to favor the idea that that the white Christmas chances this year are lower than average. I'm certainly not going to put them at 0 anytime real soon. We're still, 12 days away from Christmas. But I don't see much in the way of modeling, whether it be the European or a lot of the other modeling, that shows any sort of significant winter storm nearby right before or during the Christmas period, say from the 23rd through the 26th. Not to say it's not possible. I certainly wouldn't rule it out just yet, but there's no model evidence to suggest there's some sort of major storm on the horizon for Christmas time this year. All right, we'll take another look at the Christmas trends on future editions of Weather for Weather Geeks. In the meantime, thanks for watching this evening, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.